Dear students, good morning. We have seen the last lecture on Alkar approach on towards value-based management. So we are the second approach of value-based management, and then we have seen the theoretical framework of Alkar approach, which was based on Alfred Rapport book on creating shareholders value. And we have seen 7 value drivers of shareholders value. We have seen on operating decision, investment decision, financing decision, and what are those value drivers. There are 6 value drivers under these management decisions. Besides value growth duration, how many years the company earns return more than its cost of capital. That is called the value growth duration. And then we looked at the steps in computing the strategy value. So Alkar approach is based on computing a value of a strategy which create shareholders value. So how a strategy can create value for shareholders. The strategy can be introducing a new brand, or entering into a new market, or opening a new branch, or expansion of a product brands, or introduction of a new brand ambassador. So it can be of any strategy which enhances the bottom line of a company. That is called a strategy. So we looked at how a company adopts a strategy, and before the company adopts a strategy, what is the profit before profit after tax, and after adopting a strategy, what the profit is earned, and then how much is the cash flow. That's the first step. And then we'll have to calculate the present value of cash flow, and then we'll have to compute the residual value. That is what the continuing value, because the company has been there after the strategy gets adopted. So it has been functioning after the strategy gets adopted. So we'll have to find out the continuing value or residual value. Add both. Add the present value of operating cash flow during strategy period and the residual value. That will give us the total shareholder value, or we call it as the post-strategy value. Then we'll have to compute the pre-strategy value. We'll have to compute. And then compare post-strategy value with the pre-strategy value. If the post-strategy value is higher than pre-strategy value, that particular strategy the company should adopt. So that is the inference that we draw from this particular case study. And we looked at a case study, and then we have calculated operating cash flow. We have calculated the operating cash flow as per the case. What was given was the sales was given, and we have calculated the gross profit was given. So we have calculated, and this strategy is only for 3 years. And then we deducted selling administrative expenses. We have calculated profit before tax. Tax rate was given 40%, and then we calculated profit after tax. So we'll have to calculate a cash flow, not profit after tax. So in that case, we'll have to calculate the changes in fixed assets and changes in current assets. So we have calculated changes in fixed assets and changes in current assets. And then we have calculated the cash flow by taking the profit after tax as a base, add back the depreciation, and then deducted the changes in fixed assets and changes in current assets. So that gives us the operating cash flow. So that we have calculated for all the 3 years and strategy before adopted, and the residual value that we have calculated. Now the next we'll have to calculate is the present value of cash flow. The present value of cash flow we'll have to calculate. So the cash, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 3. Then we have a residual value. So cash flow first year, base year, how much we calculated? Base year was 4,200, and then first year was
3,540 efficiency.
3540. 3540 bracket, and then second
4602.
4602 bracket, 4602 bracket, and then third
5983.
5983
5983.
bracket. Then residual value was
9227.
9227. 9227. Calculate the present value of operating cash flow. Calculate present value of operating cash flow. Present value of cash flow. Calculate that. Okay. Not for the pre-strategy value, only for the strategy period. Only for a strategy period, calculate that. So cost of capital is given. Cost of capital is given, that is discount rate. The discount rate will be 14%. So we are given the cost of capital 14%. So 3540 divide by 1.14 power 1. 4602 divide by 1.14 power 2. 5983 divide by 1.14 power 3. How much comes? Total how much comes? How much comes? First year 3540 divided by 1.14 power 1. How much comes?
3105.
3105 bracket. Then 4602 divided by 1.14 power 2.
3541.
3541. 3541 bracket. Then 5983 divided by 1.14 power 3.
4038.
4038.
38.
4038. Okay. So, I mean, now you can, omit the table. You can come to the sentence. So you can omit the table. Table you need not write because we'll have to calculate other things. So you can come. So, present value of operating cash flow during strategy period. Add all those three. So 3105 plus 3541 plus 4038. How much comes? Three 3541 and 4038. Total how much?
One zero six eight four.
10684 minus 10684. This is what the step 1. So step 1 is over. Present value of operating cash flow is over. This is step 1. Present value of operating cash flow during the strategy period. During the strategy period, what is the present value of operating cash flow? That is the first step. So first step we have completed. Then second step, we'll have to calculate the residual value. The residual value as per the steps that we have seen. Residual value, anybody? How is it calculated? Residual value as per the step. Hello? Forgot? Okay. I'll take the theory. Okay. So we have seen this when we discussed the. So second step. So first one, computation of cash flow and the present value of cash flow we have over. Then computation of residual value. Computation of residual value, that is perpetual cash flow divided by cost of capital. Perpetual cash flow divided by cost of capital. Okay, so perpetual cash flow is 9227 divided by cost of capital. Perpetual cash flow divided by cost of capital. Okay, so that is called the, then we'll have to calculate the present value of the residual value. Okay, so present value, residual value. So that was missing here. So computation of residual value, then present value of present value. So step 2, present value of residual value. Present value, residual value, that is perpetual cash flow. Perpetual cash flow is 9227 divided by cost of capital, 0.14. How much comes? 9227 divided by 0.14. Zero point 9227 divided by 0.14. How much comes?
65907.
65907. Then we'll have to calculate here the present value. We'll have to calculate the present value, that is 1.14 par 3. You got 3-year strategy period. So 65907 divided by 1.14 par 3. 1.14 par 3. That will give us the, the present value of the residual value.
Sir, is it par 3 or par 4, sir?
3. Because strategy period is only 3, so you calculate only for 3 years.
Okay,
3 years. So 1.14 par 3.
Sir, then the equation for calculation the present value of residual value is
Equal to residual value divided by cost of capital into 1 divided by 1 plus r power n.
Okay, sir.
So that will be perpetual cash flow divided by cost of capital into 1 divided by 1 plus r power t. T you can put. T is a time period. Yeah. So how much comes? 65907 divided by 1.14 par 3. So whenever we adopt a strategy, that particular strategy is not for a particular period. So that is everlasting. So as we have discussed, the effect of the Dhoni for reviving the Mysore Sandal Karnataka Detergents Company Limited, it is not only for 3 years, it is for a continuous. So the effect will be for continuous. That is why we are adding the post strategy also, perpetual cash flow also with the post strategy value. The effect is forever. You cannot say, once the ambassadorship is over, the brand ambassadorship is over, we cannot say, there is no effect on sales. There will be effect on sales. Yeah. How much comes?
44,485.
44,485. 44,485. Okay. So that is the residual value. Add both. So that will give us a post strategy value. So post strategy value. Next step. Step 3. That is post strategy value. Step 3. Post strategy value is step 1 and plus step 2. I mean, as per here discussion, it was step 2 and 3. Step 1 was operating cash flow, and then we have calculated present value of operating cash flow. But we have taken step 1 as the present value of operating cash flow. If you take the other way also is all right, no problem. The strategy value, present value of operating cash flow, present value of operating cash flow divided by present value of residual value minus market value of debt, if any, minus market value of debt, if any. So the present value of operating cash flow, how much? But minus something has 10,000 something has come, no? How much has come? 10,684 minus 10,684 minus plus 44,485. 44,485. 44,485. So it will be 34 something.
Sir, could you please repeat that equation? Post to start
Value is equal to present value of operating cash flow plus present value of residual value minus market value of debt. Market value of debt. So there is no debt here in the balance sheet. The balance sheet what is given is only equity. There is no debt. Because we are going to calculate the value of the equity shareholders. So the value of debt should be deducted. We are calculating value of equity shareholders. How much value creates for equity shareholders. So we will have to deduct the value of debt, market value of debt. There is no market value of debt. Whatever we borrow from the companies, other companies, whatever we borrow from the banks, we will have to give it back. There is no market value of debt unless it is traded in secondary market. So here in this case, there is no debt. We are given in the balance sheet only equity. So that is 0. So minus 0 you can write. Minus 0. Okay. Got it? Father, got it?
Yes, sir.
10,684 bracket plus 44,485 minus 0. How much comes?
33,801.
33,801.
801.
Yeah. That is the positive. So this strategy has created positive value for shareholders. There is a post strategy value. Then step 4, we'll have to calculate the pre-strategy value. We'll have to calculate the pre-strategy value. Step 4, pre-strategy value. Pre-strategy value. So pre-strategy value is cash flow before new investment divided by cost of capital. It is given cash flow before new investment divided by cost of capital minus market value of debt, if any. So cash flow before new investment is given 0 base year, we calculated. So there was no depreciation, there was no changes in fixed assets, there was no changes in current assets. So profit after tax is taken as cash flow. Profit after tax is taken as cash flow. So profit after tax is how much we calculated? Something 4,000 something, no? 4,000? 4,200. So 4,200. So profit after tax is taken as cash flow. Profit after tax is equivalent to cash flow when there is no depreciation, when there is no changes in fixed assets, when there is no changes in working capital. Profit after tax is equivalent to cash flow. So profit after tax 4,200 is equivalent to cash flow. How much? 4,200 divided by cost of capital, that is 0.14. 0.14.
30,000.
How much?
30,000.
30,000. 30,000.
Sir, would you please repeat that step for pre-strategy value?
Pre-strategy value,